He got tricked, y'all. He got tricked. What's up, y'all? Rob D, Raw TV. Back in the hot seat. I've been chilling for a while. I ain't been doing no YouTube stuff. But I said, you know what? Let me get back in the driver's seat. Let me get back in the driver's seat, give this a go. Been wasting a lot of time with a lot of nonsense, but I know you don't want to hear that. I'm going to get into my spill, and we're going to have a good time. Thanks, everybody, for checking in. I appreciate it. Again, trying to build a YouTube channel, trying to get the YouTube channel popping. I kind of left it alone for a long time, but we going to get back into it, and we're going to make it do what it do. Don't forget, y'all, thanks for watching. Once again, thanks for watching. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Trying to build this back up to what it was. Like, subscribe, comment to the Raw TV network. Really appreciate you guys checking in. And let's get into it. So the 2025 is getting a little crazy as far as race. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to give you my spill. Why it's getting a little crazy with the race thing. Things are starting to shift a little bit. Things are starting to rotate a little bit. And what I mean is, I don't know. A lot of people can't say things because they get doxxed, they get fired, they get whatever. But I've been looking around. I said, you know what? I got to start sharing stuff. I got to start talking about a lot of this stuff because a lot of this stuff is crazy. It's crazy how things happening. Now, before we get any further, let me just say to the Austin Metcalf family, my condolences. This shouldn't have happened. This is bad. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, it's bad on both sides. No, it's not. This kid is probably going to go to court, but he still has his life. This Austin Metcalf gentleman, the young man, he's gone forever. There's no do-overs. He can't come back. So to say it's the same thing, it's not. Do I feel race played a factor? No. But I'll tell you what did play a factor. The culture. And what I mean by the culture is the culture has taken on a new look. It has kids who come from a good family. And I think this kid comes from a good family. You know, his dad, his mom. You know, I'm looking at pictures online of them at football games. I'm looking at pictures of them, doing family stuff. And if there's a dad in the house, there's a strong possibility the kid's going to succeed. They said he does well in school. He's captain of this. He's captain of the football team. But why? Why did this happen? Why is somebody telling you to move became a murder? You know what I'm saying? How did this become a murder? How did this kid lose his life? Why did you have a knife? And why is the culture behind you? People will say this is not about race, but when it comes to the culture, and I'm not gonna say black culture, even though I want to, because it's not all black people that share this foolishness that a lot of people are sharing, saying, oh, the kid was, he was bullied. So that, according to police reports, that's not true. They jumped him. According to police reports, that's not true. Excuse me. He was just asked to leave. This is high school. This is one tent. It has the name and the banner on it. You're supposed to be in your own tent and you wasn't there. Why did you have a knife? Why did you come there? It's like you were coming there looking for some trouble, but you're a good kid. You go to school. You're going to, according to reports, you're going to graduate. You're a good kid. But the culture, I believe your mom and dad did the right thing by you. I believe they did. But I believe the culture got a hold of you. And I'll let you know what I mean by the culture. This is what I mean by the culture. The culture is the chopper. Now, I had one person say, oh, that's, I went on Facebook and I asked a question. I said, are these two pictures the same? And everybody's like, oh, yeah, they're in Texas. And, Texas, you can carry guns and all that stuff. These pictures are not the same. And I'll tell you why. Cultures signify these pictures. And what I mean by that is these two, Austin Metcalf and his brother, are in hunting gear with hunting style rifles. They might be hunting something big. Now they might be some, assault rifles or whatever, but you can see they're hunting. Now, Karmelo, a good kid from a good family, has the chopper. Now I asked someone about the gang signs. They said the gang signs were that's a normal average gang sign that all the young kids throw up, when they're just trying to be cool or whatever. So I said, okay, that's fine. It's a gang sign. But one person told me, oh, you can see the orange tips at the top of it. Sir, no, you can't see the orange tips at the top of it. You can't see them. Those you can't see them. I can't see them. I mean, it looks like empty spaces if you had to look at it. Now, the dude said, they was like, oh, guns are common in Texas. Everybody has a gun. He will beat the case easily. But no one said, why is this dude at school with a knife? Why is he there looking for trouble? And I just believe that, I don't know, man. I think that maybe he is. I don't know. Why would you come with a knife? Why would why would you do that? So I asked the question and I started getting all this disrespectful stuff online that shouldn't be said, especially when a child lost their life. It was like the culture, black culture to a degree. I want to call it the N-word, but I can't say that. I don't want to get flagged. But there's another kind of culture that's being highly that just looks at things because of color and says, "Oh, he had it coming," or let me this here's one. What's the difference between him and Kyle Rittenhouse? Well, that's a stupid ass question because Kyle Rittenhouse's story is a lot different than this story. This story is not the same. So, the culture again, disrespect. Rob Davis, because I own several, and you can look and tell it's fake. The orange tip is usually a dead giveaway. It's a pellet gun. Okay, I can't see the orange tip again. So you saying that is foolish. So I don't think that it's an orange tip. I think it is a fake gun. I do believe that. But I think he's trying to fit into the culture, and then the disrespect is crazy from black people. Is the disrespect is crazy, and if I say something against it, you get attacked. You get the coon. You're a sellout. Oh, you don't care about your race. And I'm like, what does this have to do with right and wrong? Why was he there with a knife? You mean you can stab somebody because they tell you to leave? Let's just say, and I don't know the particulars, let's just say he pushed him. If he pushed him, it's not a death sentence. Even if he pushed him, he should have just either walked out or maybe, a worst case scenario, they threw hands. They fought. But this kid died. And no one had compassion for the family of this deceased young man. He left the house to go to a football game or a sporting event, and he didn't come back, and he was held in his arms by his twin brother. It doesn't get any worse than that. I don't give a damn what color you are. You can call somebody a coon and all this stuff, but I believe the culture made this young boy do that. I think it comes from a good family. I truly believe that. But the culture of stupidity has you taking pictures with a fake AR-15. I mean, a fake chopper. That's what they call it in the hood. But he didn't want nobody to know it was fake. He didn't say, oh, I'm about to go out pellet gun shooting. He got that picture up there to send a message that, yeah, I'm one of them. I'm like that. And the compassion wasn't there. The disrespect was crazy. Man, look, FK the dumb-ish. You touch someone and think they won't defend themselves, you are sadly mistaken. I don't, you know what I'm saying? But if you speak out against it, oh, you're a sellout. You're all kinds of bad things. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. Next time the bully may pick on someone else. Now my boy made sure all of that unalive, no pun intended, laughing my ass off. Do you realize how disrespectful that is? And somebody lost their child? This kid was grabbed by the culture. He thought he could do this, but he didn't know the kid was going to pass away. He thought it was going to be, okay, I did this, I stabbed him. I'm going to send a message at school that I'm not the one to play with. He touched me, so he got stabbed. Did he think he was going to die? Of course not. Of course not. He wasn't expecting that. He asked the police, do you think he's going to be okay? He didn't know at the time that the dude had passed away, or else he wouldn't have even pulled the knife out. Why did you even have the knife there? Why is it when black people speak out against something and the colors are a little different, it becomes this, oh, you're a sellout. This is not right. The stuff that you people are saying is not right. And it's all from black folks. I didn't see anybody else saying anything bad. Not a money that's raised and all that for the legal defense, or they said that they bought a house and all that. That wasn't true. The research was done. I don't believe that was true. But to say this kid should be honored and he becomes an instant hero for what he did is crazy. That's crazy. The culture, I've denounced the culture a long time ago. I don't give a damn how you feel about me. This kid went out. All these kids went out on one day and their lives were changed. Except one lost their life. And you mean to tell me this dude is a hero? You're giving him a hero's like, oh, you're the man. You did what you had to do. Bullies. You can't find me one time a person's been bullied and they lost their life for it. That doesn't happen. That's not supposed to happen. Like I said, worst case scenario, you get into a little scrap or whatever, a little fight, and then you go on about your business. But now he has to fight the case, and you know what's crazy? He might get off. He might get off. He might get probation, something, because the way that the shift is, everything is so crazy now, nobody's held accountable. Race definitely played a part in this. Not when it initially happened. I don't think this Karmelo kid looked at him and said, you know what? I don't know if he looked at him and said, you can't talk to me because you're a white dude, or it's just, you can't tell me what to do because we're the same age, about the same size. I can probably beat you, or I'm down to fight you. No, he pulled his, first of all, he kind of egged it on. It's something, premonition with intent or something like that. Touch me and see what happens. And I'm figuring he touched him, he went in the knife, stabbed him in the chest, and he died in his brother's arms. And you're telling me that you could say disrespectful stuff? You know what I'm saying? You could say disrespectful things and things like this, and it's okay? LMAO, you're laughing your butt off about it? Come on, man. That shouldn't be happening. At least have some kind of compassion for the family. Because they're a white family, you can't have compassion. Because somebody's black, if they have compassion for the white family, I'm not looking at color at this point. I'm looking at someone who lost their child. That's as bad as it gets. You losing your child is the worst thing that can happen. It doesn't get any worse than that. You lose your child, I don't see, you could be dying of terminal cancer, and that's not worse than losing your kid. Unexpectedly. I mean, he goes out to go to a football game and he doesn't return. And then I saw a kid on some social media page saying, yo, Karmelo, Austin, man, I'm sorry what happened to you. You was a good dude. You stuck, you know, you was always my friend. He was a black kid. What did they do? They came after the black kid. The culture is screwed up. It needs to be denounced. I've denounced it, and I'm happy about it. This is just, oh, these are two families who are going through it. No, it's one family. This thing can stretch out. The trial can stretch out for 2 years. If, you know, and oh, it's hard being black in America. Shut up. Then move out of America if it's that hard. This kid did something bad. I don't think he expected it to be this bad. But it became that bad. I don't think he was trying to kill the boy. No. I think he was trying to send a tough guy message. I don't think he was trying to kill him. Based on what the culture, the music, and all this stuff is telling you, that you got to have a gun. You know, you got to have the gang sign up. People said this is a general hand thing, and it could be true because I've seen it a lot of times. I don't think there's no particular sign with this as far as being a gangbanger or whatever. I never saw anything that suggested that he was a gangbanger, but the picture says it all. The picture is definitely saying that, yo, I'm down like that. Dude, you got your mom, you got your dad, and you probably got other people in your family that look out for you. You come from a stable family. You can see it. Kids without their dads don't go to school. They don't play on the football team. They don't have decent GPAs. They're not the captain of the football team. They're not a whole bunch of things. They're in the streets. You're not that guy. You did something that could possibly cost you a lot of years out of your life. And the culture is celebrating it. You know, they're celebrating it. This don't make any sense right here. Look what that says. I bleeped out some of it. Do this to Whitey, get the bag. You see, you know what I'm saying? Disrespectful. That's culture talk. It's the year 2025, not 1825. Blacks do not have to walk away anywhere. First of all, what would you know about 1825? That's 200 years ago. What would you know about that? Oh, we're not slaves anymore. You never was a slave. Knock it off. The culture is telling you, and I want to go a little further. These politicians are telling you that you're a victim, that you don't have to stand for this. But who's going to be behind that kid if he gets a prison term? If he gets locked away for 30 years, 25 years, it's a manslaughter, he's probably not going to get a lot of time. But let's just say if it was flipped over. Had Karmelo been a white kid and stabbed a black kid and had his bail reduced from $1 million to $250,000, it'll be outrage. They'll be running through the streets, burning up stuff. It will be an outrage. A lot of us black people don't think like this. I just want people to know we don't think like this. We're not down with this. This wasn't right. Do I believe he was trying to kill him? No. But I think he was trying to be a tough guy per the culture. Per the culture's instructions. He was definitely trying to be a tough guy. And we're going to have to see how this plays out. But this is a horrible thing, man. And I feel bad for the Metcalf family. I feel truly bad. I feel bad for this young man who's probably not ready for what he might have to go through. If he gets 10 years, I'll be surprised because they'll take it into it'll be like pretty much a manslaughter. He has no criminal record. He's a young boy. He's getting ready to graduate high school. So he has promise. He has a strong family structure. They put all that into it when they definitely, when you go to court and you stand in front of the judge and you're doing all this stuff, they definitely put that into the mix. So we'll see how this plays out. But culture, I don't think it's going to change. I only think it's going to get worse. The disrespect is going to be way worse. Just look online at things that are happening in the world and how it's being received, how it's being disrespectful. There's no compassion. It's just in its culture. I say denounce it like I did. I'm not concerned with being called a coon, Sambo, Uncle Tom, whatever the insults are now. I wish they'd come up with some new ones because the ones they have out now are terrible. Thanks everybody for watching, man. I just wanted to come in here and share that real quick. I'm going to come to this channel and try to bang this up, do what I got to do. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, Raw TV Network. We definitely going to love to see you on. I got more stuff coming. I'm not part of the culture. I have to say what I feel is right. I want to be on right and wrong. I've been on wrong for a lot of my younger years. I'm on the right now for a long time, and I'm not interested in who, if you want to conversate with me, I'm down for that. But just because it's a certain color, I have to be on some kind of black wave. I'm a sellout. It's 1825. Harriet Tubman would have left you behind. You never would have known Harriet Tubman. She was like 200 years old if she was alive today. Idiot. Again, y'all, thanks for watching, man. Raw TV. Peace.